Hey guys, I'm Erin. I'm the THE100 costume TA, and this is a at-home stage makeup tutorial video. So you guys will learn how to do scales, bruises, skin peels, and how to make fake blood. So if you decide to do this for your assignment and have any trouble, feel free to email me. I'll put my email somewhere on the screen. But I hope you guys have fun doing this stuff at home. So let's get into it. First, we're going to do the scales. So you just need to put any type of knitted fishnet type cloth on wherever you want the scales. I'm doing mine on my hand. And then you just start patting on whatever colors you want. You can use cream eyeshadows for sharper lines, or you can use a powder like I'm doing. And you're just gonna keep layering it until it's pretty pigmented. You'll be able to see it. If you do it lightly, the lines won't show up very clear. So you're just gonna keep doing that. And after a while, your hands will get pretty messy, but you just peel off the net and then you have the scale design. So the next thing we're gonna do is the skin peel. You're gonna start using Elmer's glue, and it's gonna work as like a pseudo latex. So you're gonna spread a thin layer around wherever you want the peels. Make sure that if you are using this, don't put it on your face because it's not meant for your skin, but to put it on somewhere like your arm where it's thicker skin, that's fine. So once you have that spread around, you're gonna dry it. I was incredibly impatient, so I used my hair dryer, but you can also just let it air dry if you don't have one. So after drying for a long time, you'll see that it's dry because it'll be mostly clear. You might have some thicker spots. I usually just kind of ignore those and power through, but you can wait for those to be fully dry as well. And you're gonna start picking away at the glue, kind of like what we'd all do in elementary school with peeling it up, but you wanna make sure it still stays attached. You just want a few spots where it looks like if you got a cut or you got some sort of chemical burn, your skin would be peeling and blistering. So once you do that, you're gonna blend in the glue with your skin tone. Since the glue is clear, if you don't have foundation, you can kind of skip this step. I just think it looks better when you do put a layer of foundation. I do cream and powder. And then you're gonna start filling in all the holes you made with a mix of a red and a brown. When you're trying to show like cuts or any type of resemblance of like blood or a burn, it's not gonna be a bright red. So you wanna make sure you mix it with something darker like a brown or like a dark gray, just to make it look more realistic. And the biggest thing here is that once you're blending out that blood, you don't want anything to look too symmetrical or evenly colored in because wounds don't work that way. So then once you have all that, you're gonna put a little red on top and you're done. So now we're gonna do the bruises. So you wanna start with a base of like yellows and greens because that's usually the base color of a bruise. And the colors that you're gonna use are gonna depend on what phase of the bruise you're trying to depict. Like ones that are almost healed will be more green and yellow, and ones that are more in the thick of it will be more purpley and red. I decided to show you guys one that's more in the middle. So once you have your greens and yellows on there, you're gonna go in with more purpley colors, like a purpley gray is what I'm using. And you want them to be super splotchy, and you don't want it to be totally even because bruises and wounds never are. So it's okay if it's not fully blended, and it's okay if you don't have the perfect amount of purples on both sides. So once you have your purple on there and you're satisfied with that, you're gonna go in with a more like reddy brown color. You don't want a bright red because that doesn't really make sense for a bruise. So you're gonna blend that around a little bit. And once you have the red that you want, you're gonna go back in with the more purpley color to kind of even it all out. And then once you're happy with it, you can kind of clean up the edges and you should have yourself a nice looking bruise. So now we're gonna do the edible fake blood. It doesn't taste good. I wouldn't recommend eating it, but if an actor needs blood to come out of their mouth, this is a non-toxic way to do so. So you're gonna mix water and flour together in a saucepan until the flour is completely dissolved. Otherwise you will have lumps in your blood. Best way to do that is to use a whisk or fork. Once that is nice and dissolved, you're gonna put the burner on high and bring it to a boil. And then once it gets to a boil, you're gonna put it down to 3 and have it simmer for about 10 minutes. And then once it comes out and it's cool, you're gonna add your red food coloring. You're gonna need a lot of it because you wanna make sure that it's super pigmented like normal blood. And you're gonna wanna add a little bit more, like I said, and make sure it's really well mixed. And as you can see, it looks kind of like a cheesy red right now. The way to make it look more real is to add some blue, which I forgot to film. So in a second, this blood's just gonna get really dark. There it is. So this is me pretending like that's my first time putting blue in it, and then you're gonna mix it. And as you can see, that's a way more realistic looking blood than what we had before. And then you're done, and you have your fake blood. So I hope you guys liked that, and I hope that you have fun doing this stuff at home if you choose to do so. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to email me, email Max, and he'll send it my way. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as Max always says, wash your damn hands.